Right, cool. And
All right.
what are you doing in there?
Well, last time, as you had just said, we made our way straight towards the Townmaster's Hall to find some answers. However, things were amiss not only with Townmaster Harbin, but with the room itself. Odd angled furniture, a strange noise from under the desk were abound. Couple odd comments on that too, but we ignored those. After some careful planning and spotting amongst the party, Gothy threw a smoke bomb, and out came the goons. And as they ran, dazed and somewhat confused, the redbrands that were hiding took every opportunity they can, and they quickly went nowhere. One was, stabbed with their own dagger. Another one was, had both their arms dislocated. It was a very good time. And one of them is actually still alive for us to ask questions. But, after the smoke broke, we had to final words with the townmaster. How could I forget? We catapulted a book into some. We're gonna skip over catapulting.
Oh yeah, this guy had a quite
I
a
said,
gruesome
you
death.
skip over
if I
the fact
recall
that number
correctly.
one was fatally enlightened.
Oh, I see this. I
He
see
got
this note here.
knowledged.
Yeah, he got a tome catapulted into him from a nearby bookshelf, and it concaved his chest and sent him flying across the room and crumpling to the floor. And that was that.
Watch rooms.
As the party regrouped, the townmaster cowered in the corner, blabbering incoherently. With some rousing, heartfelt words, however, he was snapped out of his panicked state and was convinced to stand up for Phandelver and its people. Or so we hope. He subsequently wrote a note and handed it to Sildar, who then departed with due haste. And with that, our party now plans their next move, eager to get some answers out of Seethy McSeetherson.
Preparing to take him potentially
yes.
to the bonk zone, should he answer incorrectly.
Don't bite my foot.
I was thinking the quarterstaff, but sure.
Sorry, the cat is being the cat.
I don't see a cat. What?
Look, I've got
Right.
find familiar. I can change that.
Bet. All right. So, what are you gonna do about Seethy McSeetherson? This guy is true to his name. He's seething, but he's also kind of scared. Looking around at you all like a little bit of a panicked, guarded gaze. There's still pride, but it is tempered by the realization that you all are perfectly capable of killing him, like the disfigured corpse of his comrade proves.
I wiggle my fingers in his direction and make vaguely ominous, like, magic-y sounding phrases.
He visibly winces.
Do we want to check this bookshelf before we do anything else with this gentleman?
I think
Yeah, I could do that. I
Right.
can take a look at the bookshelf and behind it to see if there's something, behind it. I doubt there
Also,
is.
I'd like to inspect the book we impaled him with. The fact that it had some form of steel back to it, it's maybe the book itself is important.
Okay, one thing at a time. What do we want to start with first?
Start with the bookshelf.
Okay. I will inspect the bookshelf since I'm already over here.
Gotcha. So you peek your head around the back of the bookshelf, and from what you can see here, the whole thing is just kind of turned. There's space enough for someone to hide kind of in the back, and if you look at it, dead on from this direction, can't really tell that it's been moved out from the wall. There's nothing else by there. It's just a very kind of small sliver of space.
It's
clear that
basically just a flush wall.
it's very clear that there was just one person hiding there, and
Okay.
really not a whole lot else going. The outside dimensions and the inside dimension of this building match exactly. So on the other side of this wall is just outdoors.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Now on to that book with the reinforced spine. Are you interested in that?
Yeah, I'm curious if it's something I should take note of, because, the book should not have, in theory, done that much damage, is what my thought process is,
Okay, so
if it was a normal book.
currently lodged in the currently lodged in this guy's chest cavity. And there's a spreading pool of blood that's staining.
Yeah, I should probably take that out before he completely ruins the book.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Oh boy.
It does look like it's lodged pretty good.
Alrighty, eat oldie D20. For the good of the city. And this book. That's not happening. I have a -1 modifier, so...
What'd you roll?
2.
2?
Oh yeah. The book is
That's
slick
roll.
with blood, so you don't get a good grip on it, and your fingers just slip. Just kind of awkward. Spine is totally buried in this guy's chest cavity.
Alright, Garthus, I need help. Help with the book.
Benadryl confidently strides forward with his -3.
You're not stronger than I am.
Let him try it.
Let me do it, let me do it.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll strength.
Good.
All right. Oh, let me zoom in on it.
I can only imagine what Lars' face is. It's like me and Benadryl like
that
holding
what you
down
rolled?
the body trying to pull the book out.
That is a 4 minus.
It says you rolled a 20.
It says
What?
20, bro. It's a little cocked, but it says 20. No, I
My-
think it's just straight up cocked, but it's slightly more 20 than 4.
No, we're going with 4. Because that's
Alright.
funnier.
All right, yeah. Go ahead.
4 is far funnier than 20.
Why is it like that? All right, I think we turned like grid snapping or something on. Yeah, that's why.
Oh yeah, this has a grid snap for some
Yeah,
reason.
snap was turned onto it.
Gotcha.
That is a
Four it
grand
is.
total of 1.
Great. There's a lot of blood on your hands, literally, right now.
Oh wow,
Your
that
fingers
is
are, like,
stuck
red.
in here.
Alright.
There you go.
Man, you killed the heck out of that guy. Oh, sorry, the book did.
Alright, are you guys... You need some help over there?
I would like it before the book is totally destroyed, please.
Yeah.
Every
I'll-
time you tug on this book, Harbin just kind of winces and like whimpers a little bit. It's like he's staring at it, but then he like looks away every time you tug on it. Like, also,
Okay,
this guy,
now-
as you guys are kind of moving away from him, he tries to make a break for the door, but Albertine grabs him like hard by the arm, and he like
Yikes.
chuckles nervously and like looks around. So he's
So, anyway, somebody... You... One of you two stick with them.
Okay, I'll do that. As Lars kind of whimpers away from you, trying to dissect the body to get the book out.
all right. Somebody else make a roll.
I just did the roll.
Oh, what was
11
11.
plus 4. So.
Okay. So you study the book a little bit, and then you grab it like kind of under the spine. You get your fingers kind of in his chest cavity, and you pry it out. And it makes a
Fantastic.
squelching noise.
I
and-
imagine there's crunch because there's ribs too.
yeah, the body twitches like as you remove it.
Oh, he's
Well-
not entirely dead.
So there was at one point like a title on the cover of the book, but it's really hard to make out given how much blood there is.
I'll hand this over to Benadryl.
Okay.
Benadryl starts casting a combination of, an alternating combination of mending and prestidigitation to start cleaning the blood. It takes a while.
The one cast of mending, one cast of prestidigitation. Yeah, and it like blow dries the blood out.
Oh.
It all splatters to the floor.
In that case, Benadryl waves his hand mystically.
Yeah. As far as mending goes, the book seems perfectly intact. Like it's a very, very sturdy book. The pages look like they're made of leather.
Okay.
As far as the contents of the book, make a history.
Alrighty.
Also, do
Do
you
we
speak-
recognize what language it's in?
what languages do you all speak?
I
Common.
speak Dwarvish and
Common?
Common. Technically Elvish too.
Benadryl just
I-
speaks common.
Hang on.
Only common, nothing else.
He should speak deep, I think.
Do half-elves have common and elvish by default?
I believe so.
So then, yeah, I have that, and then I have goblin.
Word.
Right.
Okay.
That
Let
is
me know.
a 13 history check, you said, yeah?
Cool.
Plus...
Actually, the language is an important part here.
That's a 19 total,
19 total.
plus
Okay.
6 in religion.
Excellent. Religion. Weird. This would just be a history check.
Oh, history check.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dumb. My plus 1 is in religion, I think. Plus 6 in history, plus 4 in religion, plus 2 in insight. Yeah,
Okay. All right. So 19.
19.
Funny story, actually. This book seems to be from around when Phandelver founded, like the same time period, in around 50 years. Which you know, just in terms of like general history of the region. However, you cannot read what is written there. Based off of your knowledge of history of the region, you know it was founded by dwarves predominantly, and this appears to be written as far as you can tell.
Does
Well, that's
anyone read
convenient.
Dwarvish?
I speak Dwarvish. Lars raises his hand.
You may wish to try and read that, because I can't read a darn word.
Very well.
All right, I'll trade places with you.
Right.
Okay, I will take the book from Benadryl. I'm assuming that there's no more viscera on it.
No.
For the most part, it's actually it's perfect. I forgot this is magic we're talking about.
Yes.
No,
good.
it's perfectly free of blood, but there's a bunch of blood splatters on the floor.
I'm just going to not look at him while I read this.
You can read it over here if you want.
You know what? I'm gonna do that.
He points across the room.
Lars walks away with the book.
There's also a desk that it no longer has a hole in it.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to see the body in the corner. Thank you.
All right.
So I go ahead and open the book to read it.
So the book appears to be an actuary's table. So you see kind of like marks for purchases for tools, like for example,
Ooh.
explosives, mining tools, magical reagents, supplies, etc. And then the selling of like ores, both magical and of magic items. But it appears to have tracked like the expenses and income of like a ye olde dwarvish forge
Does this
slash mine.
Does this forge by any this book this forge that it's referencing here in the book, does it have anything to do with the what was called Wave Echo Cave? I think it was
Make an
called from the other
investigation
explorers
check.
book I found.
You can
Hey, what? Okay, because I still have that other book in my inventory. So investigation. I have a +4 to that.
All right, make your roll.
8 plus 4. So 12.
Lucky you. So, DC I just said in my head was exactly what you rolled.
Sweet.
You almost miss it, but you manage to find in the margin some mention of Wave Echo Cave as one of the sources of these ores. So it does appear that this book, whoever owned this this forge and the shop, had dealings with Cave.
Interesting.
It
Is there
looks like
anything
he's
else
having.
that the book mentions besides, it just being a list of magical ores and other purchases? What does it say from like what regions that they're possibly a part of,
Say that
or
one more time?
just? Sorry, I'm trying to take what I can from whatever information the book has. I was just
Sure.
asking if the what else the book mentions besides just purchase orders and receipts and sale orders.
Does it potentially tell us where the castle we're looking for is?
I doubt it's going to be that specific, but that's why I'm looking for regions and locations that this thing may reference somewhere along the line.
Okay. It has the names of locations, but it doesn't appear to have like coordinates. It just kind of refers to various different mines, companies, some of which you've heard of, some of which you assume have gone defunct over the years. Like there's like an equivalent of the East India Trading Company, excuse me, like a dwarvish version of that around in the area. That's just kind of been in business for a very long time. You know, dwarves have like long lives. This is one that's been operating probably around.
Okay.
Well, there's mention of that, which isn't very surprising, and some other companies, but it's mostly just actuary table. A couple of notes in the margin, adding personality as like which people and or companies the owners liked, which ones they didn't like. Sometimes there's and like notes themselves. That's about all you get out of that. Some of the pages are blank, as it appears it fully filled or being kind of put on a shelf. They may be like 20 out of 300 pages are blank.
Oh. Okay. Well, I guess that's all I can pull out of that for now. It'll still be helpful.
Great Townmaster, do you happen to know what that book he's holding is?
So Arbin looks over with his deer in the headlights expression, and just kind of stares at it, like, huh? Oh, the book. That's right. Well, that book was inherited by the last townmaster and the townmaster before him. I mostly just do paperwork. I don't really explore these shelves.
Do you know how to read it, or?
Is it written in Dwarvish?
Yeah.
No, I don't read Dwarvish.
Okay. That's what I was mainly curious about. Thank you.
Yes, no. And he like sits down at his desk and kind of like he's got that thousand yard stare. He's like clearly overwhelmed.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'll add this in my bag and I'll study it later. When we have more time. Lars says as he sticks it in his satchel of holding.
All right. Okay. So what do you guys want to do now?
Well, we're gonna figure out how we're gonna convince number 2 to. Well, it's like we got questions, but what questions? What questions indeed?
Where are they?
What do you think, Garthus?
There's Elizabeth.
Well, for one, we need to find out where, well, I have forgotten his name. It's been so long since we've last mentioned it.
No, the dwarf we're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, the dwarf we're looking for. Gundren Rockseeker.
Yes. We need to see if he knows anything about where he's being held. If he's being held still. That's kind of like our big one, and also where I think it's Cragmaw Castle.
Yes, that is what we're looking for as well. Which the redbrands are in cahoots with the Cragmaw.
Okay.
Cragmar, sorry.
So those are my two big questions, at least. I don't know if you have any others.
No, I think those are the big ones we need to cover. Is basically, if he knows anything about the operation that's going on between them and the goblins and them, or perhaps a place where we can find them. We still have to talk to Ymik again. If you remember, Raglan said Ymik knew more about this deal. Ymik was the goblin that we left alive at the other cave we went to.
I hope Sildar didn't just go back to the cave just to murder him.
No, Sildar was on a quest. He had to deliver that letter, which I'm going to ask the townmaster about later.
Right.
But we got to question this guy first.
All right. What do you ask him?
All right.
Just like eyeing you all suspiciously.
First things first. Cragmaw Castle. Where it at?
I ain't telling you nothing. It like spits.
Of course, you're not telling us anything. I mean, hey, that's fine. You can just end up like your buddy on the floor there. That's okay.
All right, make an intimidation roll, just for hoots.
Okay. That's not gonna do it.
What'd you roll?
6.
6. All right, it doesn't seem to land. He's like, he looks pretty guarded at this point. Like he
Okay.
definitely knows he's in danger, but he's pretty tough.
I'm trying to figure out how
Oh
I
my
want to
God.
proceed with this because I have an idea on what I want to do, but I don't know exactly how I want to go about doing it.
Okay, I'll let you guys take some time to figure that out, riddle it out.
Benadryl, you wanna ask him something, or are you too busy playing with the body over there?
Let's see.
Maybe
Benadryl starts like rummaging through his pockets and is just like, "No, that's for werewolves. No,
I've got an idea. Hey, Benadryl, drag that thing over here.
which thing?"
The body.
Benadryl just kind of like starts rolling it with his foot, still looking through his pockets.
Move it to
Alright.
like right here, basically right in front of him.
Go ahead and move stuff to where you want them to be.
Oh no.
Alright,
Lars
let's
just
start.
looks at you dragging pushing the corpse over and just kind of shimmies
He's
up
doing it with
against
his
the wall.
foot, by the way.
Just rolling it over. All right. Yeah, it's kind of
That's
awkward.
disgusting. Why are you doing that?
There,
Alright.
he leaves
My
like a
hand's not
trail
a
of
dog.
blood.
Alright, so let's start with a slightly easier question.
Don't worry, Mr. Town Seeker
Who
guy.
exactly is this
I'll
guy?
clean that up.
Harbin goes pale and just like his eyes go wide, and he like looks in the opposite direction, and like pulls out some paper and just starts like kind of like staring at it and scribbling. Like he's just trying to ignore what's going on.
Lars, do you want to go keep him company?
I very much will do that.
I feel like you two are similar enough in some ways.
Townmaster, here. Let's chat for a bit while they do their thing. Don't look over there.
He looks
Because I
like he's
definitely
trying
won't be
very
either.
hard not to throw up violently.
Don't worry, I'm in the same boat as you, Townmaster.
Right.
He nods weakly and he's like,
So anyway, let's start with an easier question, my man. Who's this guy? Who was this guy? Clearly, someone cared about him as I like flashed the dagger I took from him that I stabbed him with. Somebody cared enough about this guy.
Benadryl kind of walks over to the corner over here,
okay.
and
Alright. So
and he starts casting Unseen Servant as a sorry, brain not working.
that's fine. Ritual.
Thank you. So it's not because he does not have any spell slots, but he's trying to do it like just kind of casually.
Okay. Easy enough. Aren't in the middle of a battle, you can kind of whisper verbal components.
Yeah, it's verbal, somatic, and material. All three.
Do you have a brazier as well as charcoal?
No, Unseen Servant, not.
Oh, right. Not me getting mixed up. All right, so
Yeah.
you are using body of this guy's fallen comrade.
No, Unseen Servant is.
Oh, I know. The rest of you are basically the body of this guy's fallen comrade. State this guy into giving you information. Make an intimidation check. Advantage.
Okay. And I have. Let me see. I think it's +3. Let me double check. On intimidation? Yes, I do.
Unt-
12?
that again. Word.
19. That'd be 22 on that roll.
All right, so once this guy gets up close, he sees kind of the gaping wound in this guy's chest cavity. He kind of like starts hyperventilating a little bit. Looks at all of you. For a minute, there's this rabbit sense of just kind of like flight as he eyes the door. Clearly, like very actively anxious and audibly hyperventilating.
Listen, dude, this doesn't have to end with you becoming a corpse. And if you're worried about your boss killing you, he probably ran out of town.
Yeah, this guy is shaking at this point. It would appear from fear. It's not saying anything though. He's just breathing really heavy.
Huh.
Do you want a massage? I can massage.
What?
Keep him away from me. He says, like through raggedy breaths. Don't want nothing to do with the wizards. Never liked wizards. Never trusted that one.
Right. So,
Rude.
yeah, you're gonna need to start answering some questions, or else you're gonna have some more personal time with the wizard.
All right, he starts stuttering at this point. Like he's incredibly stressed out, and the stress is like taking its toll. Can't say anything. Whatever you do to me, he'll do worse. Can't say nothing.
I mean,
Right.
how does
So,
anybody have any objections to me shattering his soul?
1 second.
I do. Do not shatter his soul.
I cast
Okay,
command.
at this point, Harbin like faints. Like he just falls on the ground, just like.
We'll fix him in a minute.
Yeah.
I would like to cast command on number 2.
Okay. Use your word, and also that's a saving throw, right?
Yes, it is a DC 13 Wisdom.
Word. Okay, let me.
Oh, he saves it anyway.
That wasn't. Tapping. Okay, let me grab. Redbrand Ruffian. Wisdom, right?
Yeah, Wisdom.
Alright, they do have a modifier. What's the DC for that?
13.
13? He fails.
I command him to betray.
Alright, his eyes kind of glaze over. And his mouth like hangs open. Like this is what he says. Let me get it straight in my that stuff doesn't want about the secret cave. Working buddy book stuff. And that's all he says. Unless you guys
So
feed
no
him
one,
more
no one but
questions.
who knows where the cave is?
Glass staff.
What would that be? So,
Benadryl like freezes mid incantation, looks up, and then goes back to casting.
Okay.
let's see. With criminal background, can I roll like history or insight to try and figure out who that is?
Sure. Go ahead.
What would you like, criminal, or would you like insight or history?
Let's do history. Why not?
Okay.
Lars is just standing on it.
I'm trying to comfort the man.
That is
With a
a
handstand.
15 total. 12 on the roll plus 3.
So, have enough history that you know, like that there is meant traffic in the area. It seems to be what you remember, like some sort of a criminal, like a head of a criminal organization. You don't know much about them, but there is a connection with kind of the criminal underworld. So it is very likely, piecing that all together, that's the head honcho. That's whoever that is the leader of the redbrands. They're the puppet master. They're the one who's.
Gotcha. Now, my friend here, you might want to leave your red brand here and run as far and as fast as you physically can.
He looks just wild, like rabid.
Right?
Just like a rat.
Do we need to ask him anything else, Garthus? He probably doesn't know anything else.
Only if he knows where Cragwell Castle is, but I mean, he didn't seem too keen on answering that for us earlier.
It heavily implied he didn't know.
Okay.
I have one question.
Go for it.
I do have one question, Lars says as he steps away from the town master after ensuring that he's fine.
Yeah, town master's alive, but very much passed out.
Where's Raglan? Where's your boss?
He just kind of gives you this like blank, vacant look. Probably fled. The rest of the cowards.
Fled where?
I mean, you've already betrayed them. What do you have left to lose?
He just like gives you a not necessarily a withering look, but like just this tired rage. Like he looks beaten, but still kind of defiant. Just like shakes his head and clams up.
Well, here's the thing. I would like to know where your boss is. It may lead us to where we need to go. And if we find your boss, it's probably not going to end well for anybody, especially him. So, if you tell us where he is, he probably won't be coming back after you if we find him first.
He considers this, mulls it over for a minute. Make a persuasion check at advantage.
Persuasion check advantage. Okay.
Correct.
I will roll the dice. 14. My persuasion is +5, so that's 19.
All right, you succeed. You don't need to roll. He mulls it over for a minute, and then very quietly says, "Just have a Cragmore cave, festive with goblins. What do you mean?"
Okay. Thank you very much for your cooperation, Mister. What is your name?
Seth.
Seth. Thank you, Seth. I again appreciate your cooperation. I have nothing more to ask of you. You've been more than cooperative in that regard, and I do apologize about her.
Can anybody fix this guy's arms real quick?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Who's?
Our friend that we're about to let go, I think.
Has dislocated arms.
Lars takes a step forward and extends his hand out, his healing potion that he had from his bag. It's yours if you want it. I'm sorry about your arms. I wasn't expecting to trip you that hard.
He looks at the health potion, kind of silently. Doesn't say. He's just like staring at the ground at this point. Looks pretty.
He can't use his arms, Chief.
Yeah, how's he supposed to drink it?
I was just asking if he wanted me to give it to him or not. Lars pops the cork and puts it in front of him. If he wants to drink it, he can have it.
He like gives you a bitter look.
Well, fine, if you're not going to take it. Splashes the potion onto him, because we established that's how these things work, apparently.
Okay. You hear just kind of a snap, and he like yells. He cries out in pain as you see like the skin bones kind of like swivel around and pop back into place.
There. All better.
He's sweating a little.
I'm sorry if that caused any physical pain, but I can't in my right mind let you leave here in such a state. Can't even defend yourself. So,
All right.
Radio, Seth. Try to keep those ribs knife free now. Off you go.
Alright.
Make sure we
Guys,
get the rope back, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Should probably
Yep.
unbind him.
unbind him, please.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Alright.
I'll just unbind him.
Find him, takes a few cautious steps towards the door, and begins like sprinting. Then he turns back like 25 feet away and is just like, "This isn't over. I'm coming back for you. Coming back for every single one of you." And then he like runs
Yeah,
off
good
into the
luck,
woods.
bye.
Benadryl
can't do a nice
seriously
deed now, can
considers
you?
setting him on fire with his mind.
Hold on, say that again.
Benadryl seriously considers setting him on fire with his mind.
Benadryl, what's that look for?
I'm thinking about cake.
I don't think we're gonna find any out here.
Dang it.
Very
Alright.
interesting. All right,
Now we gotta-
that brings us to break actually.
Oh, okay.
So pause
Sweet.
there.
I can update my notes now.
A lot of either Spaniel. I was
Portuguese.
definitely
I've been
not...
keeping an eye on it.
Okay, all right.
Is this like from Portuguese or Brazilian Portuguese?
No, this is
Don't
Portuguese.
say Brazilian Portuguese.
You just
Don't say
offended
that.
Xano.
That's the forbidden word. All right.
Portuguese.
go
Isn't
ahead
that
and-
just Spanish? I hope that offended Xano.
Oh, Pines, you're done.
That's
You're done.
low-hanging fruit. We're gonna be back in 20 minutes. We're back. Back now. So, what are you guys doing?
Well, since he left, Townmaster's out cold still, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think we're probably not waking him up anytime soon, so I don't think I'll be able to ask him any questions at this point.
We can try.
I guess it doesn't hurt to try. I'm gonna see if I can wake him up by chance, give him a good shake, maybe.
We can also rummage through his desk right now while he's passed out.
I do not advocate for searching through other people's belongings like that, especially when they're still here and alive and breathing.
Besides, I already did that.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yes, you already stole all of his parchment. Was that
And
not enough?
then gave it back to him.
You only gave him back 1 page.
I gave him all 8.
Did he write on all 8 then? Because I only saw him use 1.
Oh yeah, you only
And stealing parchment out here.
parchment. Boy, I bet he's pretty parched.
Let's try to wake this guy up.
All right.
I start cleaning the floors with prestidigitation and mending.
So,
Do you have the spell Hide Body?
That's just a spell firebolt.
Oh, okay.
We could just take it outside and burn it. It's no big deal.
yeah, that'll be fine.
Yeah,
It's
right
like
in the
a
middle of
burning
town.
body in the town. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
That sounds.
Make it very clear that it's a red brand body. Yeah, that'll go over well.
How big is the opening to that satchel of yours?
Which satchel?
The one that you keep putting stuff in. We could. Is it an extra dimensional storage space?
It kind of is, but it's not big enough to fit a person. Like
Yeah.
small knickknacks and whatnot.
I'd say it's about a foot in diameter. So if you chopped them up into pieces, bisected torso, you probably
Why is that the first thing I thought of too?
Hmm.
like his individual limbs can go in, but his torso's wide.
I have an
Oh, no.
Head would
idea.
probably go in.
That sounds a little bit risky, a little bit dicey, even.
Let's
Slicey, a
get,
little bit dicey.
let's get Captain Panic Attack on the floor over there. We'll get him home, and then we wait until it's dark, and then we have my unseen servant here, Kenny. He can take the body and bring it outside.
Hi, Kenny.
I will make a note that unseen servants have 5 pounds of weight. They are equivalent in terms of strength and power, and so dragging a body is out of the.
It has an AC of 10 a hit point and a strength of 2.
Yeah.
And it cannot attack.
Strength of 2.
Huh.
And lift like 10 pounds.
Alright. Well, let's see if we can wake up our friend here.
Do we want to
Um,
remove the body before we do that, though?
You
I
guys
think
can
that
do
would
be a
this
good
now.
idea. Please get that thing out of here. Please.
You could
we
maybe
take-
possibly weekend at Bernie's. That's just that's definitely not a suggestion. Definitely exactly that.
Let's. Does anyone want to see me enlarge/reduce a body?
Yes.
Reduce a bot. I am doing nothing of the sort.
Uh,
It's a spell, dingbat.
I don't like bodies. I don't like death. I
makes
don't
it
like gore. I don't like
smaller.
viscera. So what?
moving forward,
Benadryl just
I-
gives him an absolutely disappointed look.
I don't even know what you're saying at this point. I might be the one that passes out next if we do anything more with him. Just drag him outside and take him somewhere in the forest for the bears to eat. I don't know.
Completely maintaining eye contact, Benadryl just puts his foot in the gaping cavity of his chest.
in order for this to work, I'm just going to go ahead and move Benadryl over there.
Lars, at the sight of this, just simply mutters out a, "Oh dear heavens," and
Squish
falls over himself.
and crack, because this guy's spine is still there. So your foot all the way through chest cavity onto spine, and it goes.
Yeah, no, Lars is now.
And there's
out
also
cold,
like
too.
a squelch. All right, yeah, all right. We're down 2 people.
Oh, well,
Arthas.
that's great. Now I gotta wake up 2 people.
Benadryl, get this thing outside.
He's got to learn at some point.
He's got what?
He's got to learn at some point.
Get what outside? That's Benadryl's shoe.
Oh, right.
And he pulls his foot out with a squelch and just like prestidigitates it.
Okay, what are you guys doing? How you doing this?
Is there? I want to poke out. Is there anyone like watching from outside?
No, the door is
Gotta
closed.
Take this body out.
We should probably, if anybody has like a blanket that they don't mind losing, we can just wrap it. That'll kind of help with the carrying a corpse around allegations. I
What's
think I
he
might have one on
wearing?
my
Obviously, he
person.
has a huge hole in his chest, but
He's very noticeably like it's kind of difficult to pretend this guy.
No, I just mean like wrapping the whole thing in a blanket.
You might be able to.
You could search the town master's hut, honestly. I
any
have
like
some.
anything obviously towel-like or something
I
of the
will.
like.
I will just remind you of 2 details which may have slipped all of your minds. One is that there are 4 different people in this party, along with an NPC. And 2, that this room does have a door that closes.
I thought the door was already closed.
Yes, I know. That's my. This building has a door that closes. I'll let you make.
Are you proposing we just torch the whole building?
What if?
It would misplace the body, but
Yeah,
Let's-
that's- I'll
maybe-
let me say a third thing. Barthen's provisions. All right, I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah. True. Hey, Albertine, you want to go get like a heavy blanket and I don't know, a wheelbarrow or something?
All right.
For Barthen's?
So, you ever seen the regular show?
no.
Never
Alright.
watched it.
All right, never mind. He's like, all right, sure, and then he just like kind of marches out the door, closes it gently behind him, and kind of goes on his merry way, and he'll be gone probably 20-ish.
I'll just go with him to make sure there's no issues.
Sounds good.
Okay.
The both of them will probably be gone for like. What else do you guys do? You're alone with 2 fainted people and a dead body. Benadryl.
Should we have taken
Sounds like a
Lars
vendor.
with us to the inn?
Up to you. I mean, as it stands, you just kind of left him on the floor.
As it stands, Lars doesn't stand. I'm gonna try to wake Lars back up.
Okay.
Benadryl.
Just kind of slap him on the
Yeah.
face or something.
Yeah, just shake the shoulders.
Okay.
Benadryl takes this dude,
Oh,
the guy who just dropped,
yeah.
and brings him over behind here and just kind of stuffs it behind the bookshelf.
Oh,
It's very awkward. If you've ever tried to move a dead body, then you know it's very awkward. There's a reason they
why
say
would
dead
any of
weight.
us know how to do that?
You know, never mind. Could I said anything?
Okay.
He's very awkward, very gangly. He also leaves a blood trail.
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
I can fix that.
I'm gonna move these two. How do I?
Is this before or after there's the blood trail? You have to drag
Before.
them across. Okay. You just kind of hold
Yeah.
up your hand. You're like, whoa, wait a minute.
1 second. Let me move these two.
There
And then
we
I'll-
go.
Have you ever seen Hitman?
We'll
Have you ever
say
seen someone play
Yes.
Hitman?
the town master over there. I know.
I
it's-
drag him kind of like Hitman.
All right, so you just kind of pull him from the shoulders. So getting him over there is the easy part. Stuffing him into that narrow hole is the hard part because there's just enough room back there for someone to stand if they're like completely upright. So are you going to try and move the bookshelf further out, or are you just going to try and stuff him in?
So,
Guys, can you give me a hand?
yeah, and then I pull out the skeleton hand that's been sitting in my inventory for a while.
That is actually fairly funny.
Says without
Uh,
laughing.
Yeah.
But not
I really got to
fun.
hand it
To you, and Benadryl pulls out his own.
Hey,
I'll shake hands.
okay. Just wiggle the skeleton hands in front of us.
Yes.
Imagine someone walks into the townhouse at that moment.
You saw nothing.
You both lock eyes, and he's just like, I can try and file this later.
This is exactly when he gets back with the rope and or the not the,
The blanket and the
blanket.
wheelbarrow.
yeah. The
Yeah,
two of us are wiggling hands at each other.
As a matter of fact, jump cut to Barthen's Provisions. Albertine and Toa kind of walk into the store. Barthen looks up from the register and is just like, if it isn't this town's heroes, what can I do for you?
We're looking for some blankets and stuff. We're potentially preparing to go assist in locating the cave that's potentially housing these redbrands, especially since they kind of went running for the hills. There might be some camping in our future.
Wouldn't know anything about them. Kind of, his eyes pop a little bit, and he
Well,
has this kind of like grumpy look in the corner of the eye. He's frustrated, but it's clear it's not with you.
yeah, it's like, well, there'll be significantly less people wearing red bands around their arms in this area. I'll just say that.
You're a good man, both of you. Well, what kind of a
Right,
blanket are you looking for? We've got, let's see, kind of like walks down this aisle. There's some like bedroll up. This one be good for camping, outdoor use. This, if you're trying to outfit a room at an inn, generally softer but not as durable.
I will probably need at least 2 blankets given our party size, and probably ones that are designed to be more outdoors.
He nods
And the
silently,
red one
and then
because blood.
he pulls like 2 bedrolls off of the shelf, hoists them under his arm, takes them back to the counter, and just kind of thump, thump, 2 of them at a time. All right, anything else I can get for you?
Albertine, what else do we potentially need? We'll need, I guess, is a hand cart, like, do they have, like, what do we think? A hand cart or wheelbarrow, something like that?
What do you need it for? I could just let you borrow mine if you won't have it for too long.
Sure, we can do that.
All right.
Giggles
Just
to
points,
himself.
like points to the front of the store. It's like, just bring it back before the day's end.
What? Curious. What time is it now?
It's like 3.
Cool. We'll have it back in a couple of hours.
He nods. All right, that comes to 5 silver.
All right. Albertine, do you actually have any silver? I only have gold.
Oh, if you've got gold, I can bring.
I was actually thinking, for a party of our size, like I'm pretty sure Toa would know this answer. How many do we actually need compared to how much do we actually have?
I think you all actually have bedrolls as part of your.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then we'll just need to buy the 2. Okay, so how does that break down then?
Here. Table. 1 gold
Yeah.
will do. It's fine.
Very good.
Takes the gold, and opens up a safe, and then pulls out 5 silver pieces.
Very good.
So subtract 1 gold, add 5 silver.
Yep.
All right, the bedrolls are yours.
Thank you, sir. And we'll be back with the handcar in a couple of hours.
Good luck to you. And he
Very
continues to like organize this stuff.
Alrighty, Albertine.
As these two
You
are
wanna-
like wiggling hands at each other, the door does open, and it is Albertine and Koa.
Huh.
I think we just both kind of freeze there and stare at them.
Are you two having a moment? Do we need to go back outside?
No,
We're
no.
shaking hands.
And he gives that. Hang on. Let me put the exact expression in the chat.
Oh boy.
I feel like the phrase you're looking for is shit-eating grin.
Accurate.
That
That.
that is the vibe that Benadryl is giving off right now.
Very good. So,
God.
as I walk up and put like one of the bed rolls on top of the desk. You want to just wrap the body up?
Yeah, I'll take care of that for you.
Right. So, we borrowed the handcart, so if possible, we need to leave no evidence of what actually goes inside that thing.
Can do, or will do my best.
I have a second one if we need it.
I think we wrap it in the first one and then cover the cart with the second.
We can do that.
So yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, take this guy back out of the hidey hole. Wrap him up.
Okay.
Remember to
And,
take anything of value off him.
It takes a few of you, but you get him into the bedroll and kind of dump him into the wheelbarrow. See, he's still dripping blood everywhere. It's kind of looks like a crime scene. You know, like you just murdered someone here. And he just bled all over the place, or something like that. I don't know, something crazy.
I mean, we'll sit him in the cart like facing chest up, so it kind of like bowl, like his chest acts like a bowl, I guess.
Yeah, all right. It does. It is still kind of pooling. There's some gurgling noise.
Yeah, that's normal.
Can I prestidigitation his insides now that he's a corpse?
No, but you
Dang
can
it.
prestidigitation away the blood. Wave your
I
hands.
do
and
so.
The blood will evaporate into the.
Can we like just drain the body of blood first?
Well,
Unfortunately, I do not know how to control the elements.
He's in a wheelbarrow right now, so it's kind of like a gigantic bowl. He's not currently bleeding.
Okay. Is that blood gonna bleed through the second bedroll?
that's why we're
It's
like,
absolutely.
kinda
It's currently getting soaked.
rough and loosely across the top of the wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
So that it's less likely to be noticeable. Alright, that's taken care of. We gotta get this carted. I'm assuming there's a forest near like the edge of town or something that we can just kind of...
Yes.
I was just thinking we would go to like the base of the manor near where the cave entrance is,
So,
stuff
you
him in
can-
there and set
you
it
can
on
see-
fire.
around this area. If you go to the Town Master's Hall, you can go down kind of this path. And there's actually like a bunch of outside Tressendor Manor, so
Oh,
go
that'll be
that way.
perfect.
You have to go pass through. You have to pass through. Choose your path. Just get the pen and go ahead and draw where you go.
I go take care of my cat real quick, so I'll be right
My
back.
vote is kind of just bring it up this path and then off the cliff.
All right. Does anybody?
All right. And
I
you said there
have
are other
no
options,
idea how the
right?
topology of this place is, so I'll leave it to you guys.
Basically, these are our two paths. We go from Town Master's Hall up the hill, kick them off a cliff, or we go from Town Master's Hall through a farm, essentially, and then cross a little field and dump them in the woods
May I
there.
comment, despite being not. I'm not even part of this conversation. I don't even think I can add to it.
No.
I'm still kind of on the floor.
Yeah.
Since you chose to pass out, you can choose to wake up anytime you want to come to. Fine.
Oh, very, very well. I'm just gonna come to as they're literally loading him in there.
Okay.
What is? What? I swear I don't drink. This seems like a
Oh,
nightmare.
we're gonna have to fix that.
Oh no, the nightmare's real. As he looks up at Benadryl.
Don't worry, all of my nightmares are real too.
So, I see you've got him loaded up into a handcart. I'm not even gonna ask where you got that. Where are we taking him?
The plan is to dump them in the forest to the south of Tressendor Manor.
All right. We could either go through the middle of town and make a big ruckus with that, or we could go on the southern end. It seems like a shorter trek, if I recall, seeing down the road. There's a farm at the end of that road. I
Yep.
don't know how easy it would be to get past that farm, though. I haven't been down there before, and I don't know the area, so perhaps the road that we normally travel would be better.
Yeah, I feel like that would just be simpler.
I feel like that would be. Well, I guess I can't believe I'm saying this. I guess we'll dispose of his remains in the most respectful manner we can by plunging it off the cliff up there. Or the hillside.
It's what he would have wanted.
Did you know him?
Nope.
You know what? I'm just going to... So my mind doesn't, break. I'm just going to say that you are clairvoyant, and you just so happen to be able to speak with the dead and know the future and all that, and you know that's actually what he wants you to do.
Yeah, that's me, all right. I know things.
Listen, if you let your mind shatter, it's far easier to deal with things.
I like my mind in one piece, thank you.
But if the
Alright.
voices come talking to you, you're never lonely.
The voices...
Such
I don't
wisdom.
like it when the voices talk to me.
You clearly haven't done enough magic then.
I just graduated from the academy, not even a few months ago before I came out here. This is literally my first outing outside the town.
Oh, we are going to teach you so much.
I don't know if I want to be taught by you. Last thing I learned from you was to do catapult, and look how that ended as he points towards the dude with the wheelbarrow in the wheelbarrow.
Clearly, I did very well.
I can't argue that the spell worked, but that's not what I didn't expect it to be with such force.
The spell's name is Catapult.
I was expecting it to, just bump into him and like if I were to throw the book with my hand, not launch it as if it was like a cannon. That's called catapult, not cannon.
Yes, it's also called Catapult, not Paper Flick.
You can't flick a book as a piece of paper. I clearly am not going to win this argument with you. Your brain is too fried.
Exactly.
All right. I guess we should be on our way then.
So what are you guys doing? Who's doing it? And where are you going?
I
Ours is
say
staying back away from the wagon.
I say we let Albertine wait for Town Master to wake up, keep him company.
Gotcha. Once you
Yeah.
reach a consensus, so Albertine's hanging out, right?
Alright,
Basically-
I'm back.
You
I
tell
imagine
him,
Albertine's just like sitting on
stay.
the desk.
Albertine basically just kind of sits on his butt next to the town master and is like, got it.
Hey, Albertine, could
Like,
you
smacks the
tell
guy
me
a
how to
couple of
get to
times.
that place that you were just at with all the buying stuff? The store, that's the word.
What about it?
I don't know where it is. Could you point me the way?
Oh, it's just around the corner, actually. I'll show you momentarily. I think we should deal with this issue.
Okay.
I also know where the store is as well. I've done dealings with Barthen already a couple times. Lars says, raising his hand.
Well, that settles it.
All right.
I'll keep
as
our
we-
friend here, the town master company. And in case official business comes knocking, and he like drags him to like the Dragonborn, so he's like pretty big and burly. He drags him over here and like props him up, like scoots him in a little bit. He just like, our friend here, he's taking a nap. And he like puts his head down on the desk.
Sounds good to me.
And I am, he thinks for a moment, puts his hand on his chin. Hired muscle, yes.
Yes.
Alright.
All right, let's get Carton. Up the hill or through the farm? Which one do you want? Here's that.
Oh. I think up the hill is the best because that's the only road we do know in this town. We don't know what the farm's gonna be like.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you think I should stay with Albertine, or should I go with you guys?
I think you should come with us.
After all.
Radio.
No objections? Good. You're coming with us, Toa.
All right.
I'll just
All right,
toss myself there.
Gothis, go ahead and grab the cart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand back. Here. I'm not.
right.
I'm not.
You guys
keen
are
on
going this
bodies.
way? Or which way?
Yeah, we're heading up the hill.
Up the hill, got it.
We are
Um,
going this way.
So, I'm assuming, like, some people look at you, some people wave.
I'll wave.
Yeah, you wave back, and you just kind of push the cart. For the most part, excuse me, people just kind of mind their own business as you push the cart up the hill. And
I will go up to the top of the hill first to make sure there's no unwanted visitors.
It seems
Benadryl,
pretty.
Benadryl occasionally implies that the guy just drank too much.
Can
Just
they
like
even tell it's a
unwarranted?
body in there?
Not really. Actually,
Yeah.
make a dexterity check, Garthus.
Oh no. 1 second. Just for the funnies.
Just for
Oh,
the
no.
funnies. He's a funny man, ain't he?
I haven't rolled like above a 10 all night.
Was that your roll?
Yeah, the 5, and I don't think I have a bonus to Dex. I have
Okay.
a +1 to Dex.
All of you roll it like a group dexterity save, and then I'll tell you what happens after that.
I do not know where my dice is. Oh, jeez.
Dice is
Oh, I got a 7. Do I have any modifiers to that?
2.
Oh my goodness. Somebody
I have a
save us.
0.
I gotta
Dex.
find that
You
What's
again.
say?
the highest? I need the highest roll. Like, all of you roll, and then I need the highest roll.
It's just straight dexterity.
Yeah, dexterity
20.
save.
Okay. Yeah,
Because
I have.
it's dirty 20?
Oh, Dex save?
Dex save. That's correct. If you're proficient in Dex saves, then you get to add your proficiency bonus here.
I'm not
I do not
proficient in
believe I am.
that, I don't think. But I rolled a. I have a 7 and I have a +2, so
7 and
9.
a +2? Okay, 9. What's the highest roll?
Still a dirty 20 for me.
Dirty 20? Okay, great. There's a bump in the road, and this dude's hand out of the wheelbarrow. So now there's this arm just kind of dangling. But luckily, your wizard, almost as if by accident, just kind of skips, like his leg like kicks the arm back in perfectly.
Radio.
Oh, goodness.
Good thinking, Benadryl.
We should wrap this body burrito better.
I've done this a couple of times.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll
All
get
right.
used to it.
Fine, it's fine. All right, so
Things happen when you're looking for the great old ones.
yeah,
I
whatever it
see.
is he said. Yeah, definitely. You get to the top without it being too eventful. Do you go like in this area, or are you right at the top of Tressendar Manor? Because there's like
My plan
two
is
drops.
the lower
Lower
area.
Okay. Which kind of it's a little bit trickier once you're off the path, but you're kind of away from prying eyes, so you can take your time with it. You get him to the end of the path, and you are now just kind of standing here, ready to jettison the body.
Actually, yeah. Let's go here. We want to be like a little bit around the bend, so nobody really sees it from down.
Okay.
All right. Quickly, everybody, just make sure there's nobody that happens to be looking this way.
Perception rolls all around.
Yay!
Radio. Perception.
That's a 16 plus whatever.
Oh, Lars is too busy trying not to gag. Apparently,
I
rolled
got-
a 4, and I have a +1, so a 5.
13.
Alright, so I rolled 13 plus 3 is 16.
After
15,
bonuses,
13,
I'm at
16.
18.
18. Okay. You're safe.
Okay, cool.
Nobody sees you.
Alright. Let's
That-
pull
that you know
skip
of.
the plot.
You're pretty sure.
Yeah.
You
Let's lift the body out of the cart, and away he goes.
gravity does the rest. He does just kind of
How
like a
Just like old
ragdoll.
times.
How far down is this cliff?
And then he just slumps like right at the base. Like he doesn't roll very much farther into the woods, but the trees kind of encroach on the cliff. He's for the most part hidden. He looks definitely like a dead body, and then he
Yeah.
just lays there.
These are not like fall to your death cliffs. I pushed people off of these before.
Yeah, they're more like they're, what we said that they were 20-foot slopes. Basically, you could slide down them without injury.
Yeah.
Kenny, go cover him with like leaves and stuff.
Okay.
I just send my unseen servant to do that.
You see a bunch of like leaves, twigs, be, like placed very
Oh.
carefully, one by one, on this body.
So I guess we're not setting him on fire?
No,
Not unless you
want to
no,
start a forest
no,
fire.
I mean,
Aren't you a
if we're
druid?
leaving, it'll not be our problem.
I'd rather not burn down half of this town already. So no fire.
Okay.
No fire. That's that.
All right.
So I'm
that takes
assuming we
care of
lost
that.
the bedroll that we wrapped him in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we won't have those anymore.
I mean, I was planning on those being disposable anyway.
Yeah.
Uh,
How is the
All right.
cart?
I was gonna say let's clean out the cart as best we can.
Meditation.
Yeah, prestidigitation, pretty much all the dirt, dust, grime, and blood just
Yeah.
evaporates off of it, and it looks
Fantastic.
Lars helps out this time.
the same with the bedrolls. All of the blood that was kind of
Oh yeah, I guess we could do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's a non-issue.
All right.
Magic
Well, we'll just
basically
keep
takes care
those
of all
as
of it.
like extras in case we need them for anything in the future.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we'll need at least
Uh,
one for our dwarven friend when we eventually find him.
Yeah. Let's either run back to Townmaster's Hall or return this
Well,
cart to the
Let's return the
Bartons.
cart first, because Benadryl needs to go shopping.
Ah, true.
I think we all do.
Let's
All right.
do that then.
All right. Let's bring the trolley back. To
I will go
the-
meet with Albertine at the townmaster's house to confirm with him that the deed is done.
All right. This way, Benadryl to Baltham's Provisions, right here next to the northern entrance to town.
Excellent. So there you are, Barthen's. we'll just theater of mind this thing. So what do you do? Barthen sitting there. He's more or less where you left him. It's about hour and a half. You saw him last. You walk back in with the wagon/cart. He nods at you and he's does
Where do you want me to leave this?
is Toa? All right, Toa goes back and meets Albertine. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So he sees the three of you and he looks a little surprised. His eyebrows. Oh, yeah, the town heroes come back again to my humble little shop. What can I? Then he pauses mid-sentence, sees the cart, and he's like, "Ah, I see you're all traveling together. Had me confused for a moment. You can just set that by the door.
Okay, cool.
Now, what can I do for
hello,
you?
hello again, Barthen. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Ah, and who's this?" He looks toward Benadryl. "I don't believe I've met this person before. What's your name? And are you with the town's heroes?"
Yes, they rescued me from the redbrands. My name is Ben.
Ben, it's a pleasure. I would shake your hand, but I've got a bit of a firm grip, and you look a bit frail.
That's fair.
He nods.
I am held together by paper mache and hope.
Don't know what paper mache is. That's quite a colorful expression. I like you.
Speaking of paper, do you happen to have any?
As a matter of fact, he, the DM, consults the Barthen's Provisions goods. Is in gray. If you want to
Yes.
look through the notebook,
I'm looking in there right now.
Where is it?
actually.
that's everything he's got.
Notebook.
Barthen's
Great.
Provisions. It's right below black. It's the thing that's like got ... written on it because Barthen's big to.
BPG.
Okay. Oh, that's expensive. Let's see.
That's everything.
I heard a fire.
Who was that?
Ouch, pot.
Who did that?
Someone needs to go change your batteries.
Someone needs 9 volt.
Uh-oh.
You gotta lick it.
Yeah, we gotta get that fixed. We're waiting for it. No, there's no paper.
No, there's one sheet of parchment. It's at
Wait, where?
It's at O instead of P, so it's just above.
So it's by the sheet. One silver piece per sheet of parchment.
I see pipe and pole pouch,
Up
pot,
above.
iron pot.
It's the very
Where's this?
first thing above Pete and Vic.
Looks like he gave you a bargain on those bedrolls too.
Ah,
Yes, below steel mirror, mess kit, and hooded lantern. One sheet of parchment is 1 silver piece.
see how many silver I've got.
Gold to silver ratio is 10-1. So 10 silver. Of gold.
I would like 30 sheets.
Or, actually, hang on. It's 3 per.
One, so
10
it's
per.
1.
I hand over 3 gold. And I say,
I'll take 30 sheets of parchment.
As you wish. And he hands you the parchment, takes your money, adds it. Add 30 parchment.
it's not gonna be there long.
do you need more? Is that enough for you? 'Cause I can pitch in.
You see, my dear wizardy buddy, if I have spells and you have spells, we can learn each other's spells.
I'm not
And
a
all it
wizard.
takes,
Oh, that's true. We could.
is the mind. And some ink. I'll take a jar of ink as well.
That
Is 10 gold, which I don't have.
I can supply that.
You will?
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
supply it. We're just gonna take that out of my.
what are we doing?
Buying
Uh,
1 ink bottle, 1 ounce bottle, 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
That is some expensive ink, but we are. Well, I was gonna say we're not that far inland. It wouldn't be too hard to have a processing plant around here.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Takes your money, hands over the goods.
All right, that's for you, Benadryl. The ink bottle. I guess maybe I should buy some parchment myself, if that's the case. Lars walks up to the counter and places 2 gold pieces on the counter. I will take 20 sheets of parchment, please.
Ah, excellent. Yeah. Academic type. I take it.
Oh,
Hands up.
very much.
Let's
I
go.
graduated from a prestigious magic academy back in the capital. I'm sure you've heard of it.
I can tell by your clothes, he said. Not
That does
caked
give
with
it
dirt
away.
or grime. Also not leather.
Yes, but this is more of my family's attire, actually. It's coat of arm colors.
Well,
Lars holds up his spell book, showing the big family crest on the backside, on the front side of it. That's actually our family crest right there.
Fine-looking
The
clothes
Alyran
indeed.
household.
but if ever you are in need of sturdier wares, you come. Oh, where to find.
Sturdier wares would be nice, but I'm
It-
rather broke.
Does he
even
actually have armor? I'm looking at his inventory.
That's what he has out on the.
Ah.
All right, let me
That's
add
everything you-
20 parchment. If I can find that. Add to Lars. I have 20 of these. There we go. 20 individual sheets.
Wonderful.
What? Since you do mention that, all I have are these wrist and shin braces on me that don't provide a lot of protection elsewhere. What do you have when it comes to protection?
Matter of fact, I have a bit of a deal going on with the smithy across the street. And he points like out the building, kind of in direct.
Oh yes, I did see them earlier when walking by. I did mean to stop by to see what they had.
Yes, good wares. I've got some of their equipment in the back.
What do you have? Pray tell.
Mostly leather armor. Although there are a couple of sets of full plate that they're making for passing nobles, I think. Or high level adventurers. I'm not exactly sure, but someone who can pay a good deal of money. I know it's not cheap.
Yeah, no, full plate is very expensive. I've heard many a tale from some of the knights down in the capital of how much they spent. My word, it's enough to make any landowner envy with greed.
Ha! 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 Yes, yes. No offense, but I'm not sure you would be the type of person who shop for a set of plate.
Oh no, absolutely not,
Definitely
my
not.
good sir. Plate mail is not up my alley. The only actual hard armor I have is, like I said, my gauntlets and shin guards I have here. As he dinks the light dwarven metal bracers he has on his arms.
Ah, yes. A fine accessory. Well, I'm sure in your travels you will come into your own, as it were. But if you have time sometime in the next several weeks, whenever you're free, I understand the life of an adventurer is busy. Come back here and we'll try on some clothes. This town
Oh,
needs as many heroes as it can find.
I would very much like to find some, perhaps a light plate or even a mail chest piece. That'd be more my style, honestly.
He chortles heartily and slaps you back hard.
Oh! Good
Good
to have
man!
you, Barthen.
Yes, yes. Good man. Well, I look forward to it.
I do too, Barthen. Anybody
All right.
else have anything they wish to conduct business-wise here? I'm kind of broke right now.
I actually have a question because I don't remember if I'm remembering this correctly. When you included treasure, I forget how long ago it was. Was the plan to essentially treat that like gold, or is it we need to
Oh,
liquidate it
Effective-
first?
It depends on where you go. So much in the
Okay.
same way as it, depending on some people, like are like, no, cold hard cash only. Some people are like, oh, I know how valuable that is. Yeah, we can do it. We can barter.
Okay.
So bartering is definitely, but I will say that there's a little, like if you run into someone who's uneducated, then you may be able to convince them something's more than it is, versus someone who's educated, knows how much it is, and won't be willing to like the full for it. Just the same rules apply for like haggling and barter and everything.
Okay. Just because I have, if you look in the purple notes, I'm just sitting on a 90 gold piece bracelet, and I haven't known how to convert that into usable currency for a while.
If you could find a jeweler, they'll usually be able to buy it off of you. Or again, like you can always just ask. The miners' exchange might be a good place to look if you want to liquidate that. They trade in precious gems, minerals, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I have trade goods on me, as a matter of fact, but I know Barthen isn't going to want to buy those in particular. They're a bit more specialty.
You never know unless you ask.
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt. Say, Barthen. I came across these recently. I'm curious what you think of them. As Lars pulls out the various alchemical agents: a vial of dragon bile, a vial of mercury, and a vial of ground powdered nightshade. I've dabbled a bit in alchemy myself, and I know that these are not the easiest things to find, but I'd like to see what you think of it. I have a general idea of what they're worth, but perhaps you know somebody who might be looking for any of these.
Rubs has been a little of the deal. Oh.
If not, I can probably just come up with something based on geological location and town history.
Were there an apothecary? Let me think. There's Sister Garael's. I know she dabbles in the arcane. Might have something of an interest. Don't know for sure. You talk to her about that. We're at Jens, the Phandelver's miners' exchange. I'd be interested. I don't believe we have an apothecary. Otherwise, that's where I would tell you to go.
I figured as much, but I thought I'd ask you first. You seem to know your lay of the land pretty well around here, both
Yes.
physically and economically.
Sister Garael might be interested, although, as far as I'm aware, she's one that is economically challenged.
Ah, I understand.
Poor.
I'd have something of an
Koa,
interest.
show some dignity.
Broke.
I'm not even there.
It's quite all right. Now, she's not the kind of person to be offended at that type of language. Not vain, definitely not. Sister.
Ah, well,
Yes.
I
How
too have
valuable
been
to-
broke.
yes. I've heard that these tend to go for, altogether as a set, these tend to go for about 25 gold as a set on average. But again, that depends on location and if they want just one piece of the whole set. You know how it is.
Strokes his chin. See that? Well, I can't pay the full 25 for them. I am running a business here. But if you're interested in selling them here, I can give you 10.
No, it's fine. I was just asking. I'm not looking to sell these as of right now. I may even be using them myself, but I thought I would ask to see if you knew anybody who may be in need of specifics before I decided to apply them elsewhere.
Understandable. I'll let you know if I run into anyone. But at the moment, I'm afraid I can't say I do.
Well, I appreciate that, Barth, and you've been more than helpful.
Of course, anything for the town's heroes.
Thanks for the writing stuff, my dude.
Absolutely.
All right.
I assume you guys are taking off.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
right.
finished with dealings.
He waves at you, and that brings us to end of the session. We're just gonna hang out. We're gonna end off there.
All right.
I'm gonna assume that I got to Albertine fine. Nothing bad had happened.
No, you got to Albertine,
Cool.
and that is where
Excellent.
Mike's kind of blurry.
Uh-oh.
What a shame.
Have you guys been noticing? Has anybody been listening to the stream? Have you noticed anything like that?
I've been listening to the stream. I haven't noticed anything too off.
Okay, that's good because I know that I set my tolerance pretty low so to limit like background noise. Anyway, I'm gonna call the stream there, and we will see you all next week.